To learn the good, the bad, and the reality of the off-grid lifestyle, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So today, it finally stopped raining long enough that I'll get some work done. It rained yesterday morning, then it stopped, so it's dried out quite a bit. It hasn't rained since. So today I thought I'd come up here and I'd clean up this trailer a little bit. This is the floor of the trailer right here. And it's just a mess. I mean, there's glass and cans and just regular household items. So I got to get this all tore apart so we can build our tiny house on this frame. And I keep getting the measurements wrong. I know what I want to say, but I keep saying it wrong. I keep saying the house is going to be 12 by 18 feet, but that's just not true. It's going to be 12 by 16. And the reason I'm going to build it 12 by 16 is because that is how lumber is cut. A piece of plywood is 4 by 8 feet. So if I go 16 feet, that's divisible by 4 and 8. So it's going to be 12 by 16 feet, which is just under 200 square feet. And I'm going to put the house right here on this trailer frame. So I got to get cleaned up. And I've got a good section of it already done. I got about 6 feet of it done. And I got to get, another 12 feet done. Then later today, I'm going to go down and I'm going to work on my solar panels also. These boards here are 11 feet long. So I'm going to build a frame around my solar panels. With these boards, I only need 2 or 3 of them. So I can move my solar panels around in one swoop. I'm just going to pick the whole thing up and then I can move it. But I'm not going to do that until the afternoon after the sun comes up a little bit and charges my batteries a little bit more so I don't have to run the generator. I've got to run the generator and run power tools because they take a lot of electricity. But if I wait until the sun comes up, then the batteries get charged and I can run most of my power tools off the battery through the inverter. So the only thing I would have to run the generator off is the little handsaw that I got. And I might even just use the jigsaw just so I can run everything off the inverter today. It might take a little longer, but no reason to start the generator because that just wastes gasoline. I will tell you, it has been really refreshing to work with my hands, get away from technology. So many people suggest that I need power tools, I need lots of equipment, I need to get a dumpster, I need to get a bobcat. There's just a lot of things people think I should get. And I keep arguing that I want to do this as cheaply as possible. Well, then of course the argument is, well, you're working yourself to death and getting very little accomplished when you could just spend a little money, then you can have it all. Well, here's the thing about money. I don't make a lot of money. I do that on purpose. I used to be a manager, a production manager of a sheltered workshop. What we did was we hired disabled employees to come and we taught them how to run production lines, how to produce on a production line. And our goal is to get the disabled folks to actually go out into regular workforce so they can produce at a high quality rate. Some of them may never accomplish that task, but it was always our goal to get them to that level. And it was a lot of work. I worked my hindside off 16 hours a day sometimes. I remember the last Memorial Day I worked 90 hours. I had lots of money, but I was never able to spend it. So here's what I think. I think I'm trading that stressful work life for this relaxing work life. Yeah, I might be working really hard at it, but there is absolutely no stress in it. I can take my time, picking up little pieces of glass, but I can shovel up the leaves, and I can just take my time. I don't understand what the big hurry is. It might take me 2 or 3 months to get it all where we need it. It may take me a year, but I don't see the rush. And I'm doing it in a very healthy manner, I think. Getting in shape, I'm not sitting around. I mean, heck, if I had a bobcat, oh man, that would be a lot of fun. I mean, I like heavy equipment, I really do. But in the end, you're sitting. You're not doing any work. Physical labor that's going to get you into shape. So I want to try to get myself in shape and get back to the basics. I recognize I still have some technology. I'm not getting back, the 1800s before horse and buggy. I still got my pickup truck and I can drive, 65 miles an hour. There is a limitation to what I want to do, and there's also the amount of money that I want to spend. And I'm just not going to spend a lot of money on a lot of equipment so I can get it done quickly so I can have fun and be lazy. It also teaches me a lot of things that I would not have been able to learn anywhere else. I installed a well pump, and I did not install it the way manufacturers install it, and well drillers and well diggers and well installers. I didn't do it the same way. I don't have a pressurized tank. So I had to think outside the box so I could pump water from my well with a well pump into an IBC tank. And then that IBC tank can supply our house using an RV pump. Where if I just power the well pump on very sunny days, I can do that once or twice a month. And I'm not enslaved to anybody. I don't have to worry about paying the electric bill. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough money for the electric bill. I received a comment this morning, and at first I thought, oh, that was such a nice comment. Well, I mean, it is a very nice comment. I do appreciate the comment. But the commenter said, you know, with this pandemic going around, it really makes a person think that if society were to fall down and we lose everything, technologies, we don't have electricity anymore, and we have to go back to basics. And we see TV shows like this all the time, and zombie apocalypses. And so, yeah, you do think about getting back to basics. And this person was saying how if society was ever to fall down, we're going to need people like me, and which I thought, man, that is such a kind thing to say. And I really do appreciate it, to pick society back up. But when I got to thinking about that, I thought, wait a minute, no, I think we all have to contribute to picking society back up, if that's what's going to happen. Here's what Carolyn and I was discussing this morning. Let's say society falls down. I'm living here in my little tiny house with my solar panels and my well pump, and I'm totally self-sustained, and I'm going along just fine. I have no reason to want to join society. I mean, I'm an introvert, so I don't need friends, a lot of friends. And I don't know if I would just immediately jump back into society and say, okay, I want to help rebuild. And I don't know if a lot of people would do that. You know, if they already had everything they needed, why would they want to jump back into it? So I think it's important that everybody learns these things and goes out and actually tries to do these things. I think this pandemic has taught us something, all of us, that tomorrow, everything that we have could be gone. I really did try to analyze this comment. If a society said, okay, we need people who know how to do things to come and fix everything, what's the incentive? My initial thought was, well, that doesn't seem fair. Okay, so you want me to go and work from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. rebuilding society because folks don't know how to do things on their own. And I understand that some people are going to think that that's greedy, that I should just immediately want to go in and fix things. Even if we look at our financial systems and how they work, there's two types of systems. One where it's based on greed. I exchange something that I want for something that you want. That's a greed-based system. And then you have a communal system where we all contribute everything. And so that's where I struggle, is if I am required to come and do everything, what is your contribution? And so Carolyn had a really interesting thought, that if that is the system that we're going to develop in a post-apocalyptic world, then we have to come together as a relationship, much like a husband and wife relationship. A husband and wife work good together because each is contributing to the relationship. I want something from her, she wants something from me, back and forth, and that's how the relationship grows and develops. And so let's just say me and a person decided that we are going to come together and we're going to build a house. Well, I know how to use a saw, but you don't know how to use a saw. So your job is to hammer the boards together. If you say, no, I don't want to hammer the boards together, then that means I got to do the sawing and the hammering. Well, what's in it for me? I got to do all the work and you're going to come live in my house. There's not a relationship there. One takes all and one has to give all. And so the person who is giving the all, just like in most relationships, will end up leaving and finding someone that will do the hammering. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue, well, that's what's so important about community, is one person may have a skill set that the other person doesn't have. And so they work together and those skill sets can come together. Well, okay, what does it take to actually survive an apocalypse? Well, you got to have shelter. Okay, so I have shelter. And do I need electricity? Well, I'm going to need electricity definitely for my well because I need well water. So I need water. So I'm going to have a little bit of electricity to get water, or I could get a hand pump. Regardless, I got water, so I got shelter, I got water, I got electricity. Food, I'm going to need food. Well, I know how to hunt. I can hunt if I need to. And I can grow my own foods. I even know how to take real seeds, not hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds don't reproduce, but I take real seeds and I can cultivate those seeds year after year after year. So I got food, and then I just had to build a defensive perimeter. And so I think I can survive on my own without needing that contribution between two people. So the point of this video is I think instead of thinking someone else is going to come and help me rebuild my life, perhaps we should think about learning how to rebuild life if something like that were to happen. It sure did inspire a little bit of thought today. Thanks for watching.